The Disappearance in Blackwood Forest. Some places are better left forgotten, but some people can't resist the call of the unknown. This is the true story of what happened when 4 friends ignored the warnings and ventured into Blackwood Forest, and only one of them returned. Blackwood Forest, deep in the heart of Oregon, has long been shrouded in dark rumors. Local legends speak of eerie whispers, shadowy figures, and hikers vanishing without a trace. Old-timers warn of black trails, narrow forest paths that supposedly lead not only deeper into the woods, but into something far more sinister. Some believe these trails don't just confuse travelers, they make them disappear. On the night of August 7th, 4 friends, Mike, Jenna, Alex, and Lisa, decided to explore Blackwood Forest, determined to prove that all the stories were nothing more than local superstition. Mike, the confident and stubborn leader, laughed off the old folks' stories. Jenna, his girlfriend, felt uneasy, but didn't want to seem weak. Alex, the jokester of the group, never took anything seriously. Lisa, the quietest of the bunch, remained mostly silent throughout the trip. At first, everything seemed normal. They set up camp at the forest's edge, laughing, grilling food over the fire, and recording footage for Mike's blog. The first night passed without incident, only the rustling of leaves and distant cries of wild animals. On the second night, things changed. Around midnight, they heard faint whispers coming from the darkness. Someone was softly calling their names. At first, they assumed it was a prank by other campers, until Mike, startled and alarmed, claimed he'd seen a figure standing just beyond the tree line. When Mike left to investigate, he never returned. At first, the group believed he was trying to scare them, but after an hour of waiting, panic set in. The remaining 3 grabbed their flashlights and began to search. The whispers continued, faint, barely audible, but this time, they weren't just calling for Mike. They were calling for all of them. At one point, Jenna felt someone walking behind her. When she turned, no one was there, but the bushes swayed, as if someone had just passed through them. Moments later, Lisa let out a terrified scream, pointing to a shadowy figure moving between the trees. The figure was too tall and too thin, and its movements were unnatural, almost distorted. Panic overwhelmed the group. They abandoned their gear and bolted back toward the campsite. On the path, Alex tripped and fell. When he scrambled to his feet, he cried out that something cold had grabbed his ankle. Lisa claimed she felt icy fingers wrap around her wrist. But when they reached the car at dawn, there were no marks on her skin. Mike was never found. Police conducted a week-long search, but no trace of him was ever discovered. In the months that followed, Jenna claimed she repeatedly saw a shadowy figure standing outside her window. Lisa withdrew from her friends entirely, and Alex became a shell of his former self, refusing to talk about that night. One evening, Jenna received a text from Mike's number. It read, "Can you hear me?" Authorities insisted Mike's phone was never recovered from the forest. Was it all in their heads? A cruel prank gone too far? Or does something far darker reside within Blackwood Forest? One thing is certain: some mysteries are best left unsolved.